All right, everybody, welcome once again to the All United Again show, brought to you guys by Napshot Alone. All right, this is your boy Joel here on a bloody Tuesday night. All right, chilling in. Usually we'll be in on a Monday. All right, but we just decided to take a Chinese New Year break. So to all my Chinese friends out there, and to those who celebrate Chinese New Year, all right, a happy New Year. All right, the new with an NIU, if you guys know what I mean, the year of the ox. So a happy New Year to all you guys, and to those who don't celebrate, I hope you guys liked it. A long week break. I think probably about a week or so, guys. We had a good break. So I think we all usually recharge and go, but usually, all right, after CNY, we all pumped up and ready to actually dive into work. People would actually want to go there and change jobs, all right. But if you are a United fan, all right, if you're a United fan, I don't know, man. Your day is just starting to get gloomer, blurry, and you don't know what's happening. This is how it is, all right? For the past couple of weeks, we have been wondering what went wrong, all right? We just didn't know what went wrong, all right? But we knew something was off. But we thought maybe game after game, probably the boys will put on a display, all right? And then we win huge. And one of those games we win really huge. And then we thought, no, we are going to get back to our feet, and have a great run in towards probably the end of Feb, and get it going. But no, we decided to bottle it, guys. We ought to be called the Bottle FC. All right, so I'm going to kickstart straight away. All right, usually I will talk about a lot of things before that, but this time, no, we're not going to give any more chances. All right, I've got two guests waiting for me, all right, in the lobby. So I'm going to pop them in, all right, shortly. But guys, before that, all right, I know to all you guys watching out there, please do me one favor, do Napshot a favor, all right? Please like, share, and subscribe to all our socials, all right? We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all right? So do not forget to catch All United Again. So like, share, subscribe this content, all right? We are Napshot. All right, we do a lot of things here. Okay, we do videographings, we do photographies, we do a lot of live shows. All right, so we have a number of live shows as well. So this is it. All right, this is Snapshot Studio. All right, and you guys have been wondering. All right, lately, my boy Faris have been displaying pics. The funny videos. Pairing him up with another TikTok star in TikTok. All right, and we are in TikTok as well. All right, so guys, follow us in TikTok. All right, it's at Napshot Studio, and we have got a lot of followers at the moment. So this is all thanks to Faris. So Faris keep on doing a great job in it. So guys, please follow us on TikTok. All right, guys, and this is it. All right, and before we even kickstart, guys, I just want to pay some condolences to the boss gaffer. All right, here in club. All right, he just lost his mother. I think, if I'm not wrong, last week. So rest in peace, Mama Elizabeth. And I hope that the fans of Liverpool, all right, and the fans of football will be able to back this guy up. It's not easy, all right. Losing your mother is one thing. Not being able to send her off is another thing, and that shit really can be hurtful, all right. So guys, I really hope that God bless his family, God keep his family safe and sound, and I really hope that God will be able to give Jurgen Klopp a lot of confidence and be able to push through the season. All right. So with that said, guys, I'm ready to bring on my guests, Kieran and Dinesh, into the house. Fellas, how you guys doing?
Yo, Joe. Yo, Kiran. How are you guys doing? Doing good
I'm
here.
good. I'm good as
No,
well.
I
Hi,
don't think
Joe.
so. You guys
Hi,
look good,
Dinesh.
man. I mean, usually when I bring Dinesh in, it's like, "What's up, Joel? How you guys doing? I'm doing good." But this time it's like, "Nah, I'm good." And Kieran, we did a podcast. So guys, we did a podcast with Raz the other time. All right, and Kieran was all lovely, bubbly, fired up in that podcast. And this is not the Kieran that I knew in the podcast. He's a little bit gloomy. So I'm gonna go straight to it. All right, Dinesh, I'm gonna keep you warming up. All right,
Mhm.
because I think the viewers know who you are. All right, this is the CEO of. I'll tell you guys what it is. Kieran, how have you been feeling all this while, Kieran?
Man, the last 2 weeks haven't been that great. I mean, for us as United fans, we have dropped points where we shouldn't have dropped.
Mm-hmm.
We have lost to bottom dwellers. given them wins where they shouldn't be getting. So it hasn't been great. I mean, miraculously, we are still somehow in the top four.
Somehow,
Maybe
yep,
that
that's true.
maybe
That's
that's
true.
why maybe that's why I'm all right. I'm not crying yet. You know, it's
All
not
right,
like I'm out of the top four, right? So I'm still
that's
in the
true.
top four. So yeah, but I think there's a lot to talk about today, right,
Definitely.
Joe?
All right. But it's good to know. It's good to know that you're doing not too bad. All right. Dinesh, how about you, bro? How are you, man? How have you been this
Uh,
couple of weeks? I'm going to be very specific. This couple of weeks, how have you been?
I mean, as what you said, the last 5 games, after the win against Liverpool, it's actually like the more similar to when we won PSG at the early stages of Ole's reign. Remember, we won PSG,
Yep.
and after that, we thought we were kings. 11 games unbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
PSG statement win, and next thing you know, we went down spiral. We went down spiral all the way. We were questioning whether we did the right choice. But back then I questioned the manager. But now I wouldn't question the manager. I'll question the enthusiasm and also the honesty of the players themselves. It goes back to soul digging, if you ask me. It has to be soul digging.
All right. It's got to be soul digging. All right. So,
Yes.
but the thing is, fellas, digging the soul is one thing. All right. But being able to push through, all right, it's another thing.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, guys. All right.
Yep.
We're going to
Yep.
get straight to it. We're going to get straight to it. Okay, guys. Ever since we won Liverpool in the FA Cup, all right, Liverpool fans, no offense to you guys, it's got nothing to do. I'm not digging you guys. I'm not bantering nothing. It's not to make fun, but that is where the downfall of United started. All right, ever since we won Liverpool 3-2, all right, buzzing, we will here and there, we will be out of the caves. And the next 6 games, we were just out of our depth. We were just out of nowhere. We were just missing. Games were there. I'll just put it on here. All right, the games against Sheffield United, defensive errors. Against Arsenal, lackluster performance. Southampton, we'll keep it to that. Defensive errors against Everton, and another lackluster performance against West Ham, and a defensive error again in West Brom game as well. So we have been having a lot of defensive errors lately, guys. All right, and this is not something United, all right, is actually used to. If you guys actually realize, our defense back then were the backbone of the team. All right, we had the likes of Yapstan and Ronnie Onsen. We had the likes of Vidic and Ferdinand. We have even the likes of John O'Shea and Silvestre. Heck, we even had West Brom and Michael Carrick played a defensive centre back at once. And we actually managed to pull through. But why? When this time, when our defensive duos, be it is Maguire and Lindelof, be it Maguire or Baye, be it Twanzibe or with Maguire, I don't know. Whichever pairing that happens, we do not get such consistency of keeping a clean sheet or even making a mess or mockery out of our defense. This is what we're going to talk about the first one. All right. Everything went down the drain ever since we won that beautiful FA Cup 3-2 to Liverpool. And bam, we lost to Sheffield United. I'm going to start off with you, Dinesh. All right. No, Dinesh, I'm going to keep you warmed up. All right. I'm going to start with you, Kieran. All right. The downfall began after the Liverpool game when we won them 3-2. Talk me through it. What are you feeling after you won Liverpool 3-2? Were you feeling all pumped up and just said, okay, this is it. We are going to go on the next few runs because the games are looking good. It's Sheffield United, rock bottom. Arsenal under strength. Southampton, we have done it. Everton, we have beaten them in the League Cup. West Ham, we have defeated them. West Brom, we have defeated them as well. So looking at this, 6 games. Looking at these 6 games, you would have felt, come on, we definitely can get 6 out of 6 games. We can get the W in all of this. Were you thinking like that, my man?
Okay, so the point I wanted to bring across, right? I think Joel just now you asked me, after the Liverpool game, did I expect this run? The problem is after the Liverpool game, right? You don't know which United is going to turn up. Ever since we started this season, remember how horrendously we started off the season, and then after that we started to get a good run of games. It was where we started to play counter-attacking football. We let them score first, and then everyone was joking about how, United is filled at the back, but we will always get that last-minute goal, and we will get the 3 points. So the thing is, with such inconsistency already displayed at the start, was I really hoping for us to get points? Every team that you mentioned over there, including Sheffield United, on their day, when they turn up, they're not just gonna, let us roll over them. So if a team like United with such inconsistencies, when we start to play teams that start to figure us out, start to go for the early goal and then close shop, then I'm not going to hope for a lot of points. And this is where maybe me and Dinesh will disagree slightly, because I think earlier on he said the players have to do some soul searching, and I agree, but I always believe that it is the manager has to take the fair share of the blame. I think it's always a 50-50 thing. The manager decides which players to put out there. So I think that when the player underperforms in that particular game, and for example, the next few training sessions, he continues to underperform, and if the manager plays him there, you cannot accuse the player 100% in terms of not performing his best when he's clearly not ready for the big game. So this is where I think, and I know we are gonna go, throughout this whole video session where I'm gonna defend the players a little bit, because I do
Ooh, I
think
like
that
this.
I do think there are a couple of players that out there that have put their shift, and maybe they are not played in the right position. Maybe they are asked a bit too much from them. So I would probably be a bit more antagonistic towards the manager. But I think there are a couple of players that me and Dinesh would definitely agree needs to be either benched, shipped out, and deported, whatever, man. Get them away from the club.
Deported, bro. Look at that. Look at it's
Get them
deported. It's like
Oh,
you got fired. You got fired. You're deported. All right,
mean,
Kiran. All right.
Joel, the last thing you want is for them to be transferred out to another club locally
And perform.
and perform like Lingard.
Yep.
Okay. And then when West Ham plays against United, it's going to be like a top 4 finish. And if we get pipped to that, I tell you, it's going to be painful, man. It's going to be painful. So
It's going to be painful.
I'm going to be harsh, but there are players who, okay, like deported is a bit harsh, but it's all guns blazing, right?
Definitely. All right, Dinesh. I'm just gonna go to you, but before that, all right, Dinesh. Before we touch on you, okay, because I know when you start, we're never gonna stop. All right, but we're gonna hit the comment section first. It's buzzing right now. Okay, we're gonna hit it up. First up is Vinod from footytalk.mi for the support and love for Dinesh. Join the house. Stay calm. Thanks, my buddy. Sanjeev is the other half brother of Jay Sean. All right, he's coming in. Vinod, the founder of Anti-Martial Club in the house. Yep, that's it, boys. Jay Sean, what's up, United boys? What's up, Jay? All right, here comes all the questions from Vinod. He's always on fire. All right, look at that, Dinesh. Don't worry, Vinod. I'll get to your questions shortly. All right, Sarina, thank you, Sarina. Hello, Napshot. Hi, Dinesh and Kiran. We can see the gloomy faces in all the faces. All right, Kiran, you might be thinking that she's actually poking fun at you. But no, she's actually a die-hard United fan, all right? If you catch my last week's show, this girl was guns blazing, all right? She was putting into shame to all the pundits out there. I don't know, man. Mohammed, yeah. All right, stop playing McGuire. We'll get to that. Rasvinder Singh, my boy. Steve Bruce and Gary Prester, bro. Yep, that was also another centre-back friend that was good. And look at that, Jones and Smalling, too. Ridwan, I get it. My apologies. I know you wanted to be in, okay, but the next one, I promise you will be in, okay? You will be in. Always felt we are capable of these results. Yep. And we're getting in a lot of things, all right? Vinod is telling you, Dinesh and Joel, smile a bit long. We are trying, all right? And one more, Gordon, go. West Ham United, we are coming for the Man U. I think Gordon, he seems to be a West Ham. He's a Hammers fan. Just because we give you Lingard, just doesn't give you the leeway to actually go, all right, you are actually cancelled out, my friend. You are cancelled out, Gordon. All right. All right, we're gonna cancel out whatever Gordon said. We're gonna cancel the laughter that Dinesh is having. Dinesh, I want you to put the nail in the bloody coffin. All right, speak to me after the 3-2 defeat, all right, of Liverpool that we hand them. Everything went down. I know you were one person who were really, really reluctant and said that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 points in the bag. Boom, we are getting to the top of the table, nearing City, possibly 2 points away from them. But no, we decided to actually bottle it. Talk me through this, Dinesh. Talk me through. What just happened?
It's just simple because as what I said previously, this is becoming a norm. It's a norm in United where we are not behaving like a big club. Beating Liverpool now seems to be an achievement rather than just a win. So when they won Liverpool, these guys maybe got into their head that we just beat the defending champions, the so-called top three of Europe. So we are the best. There comes Sheffield United. We played at home. Let's remember one thing. Our home is actually in 19 other stadiums. The single Old Trafford is no more our home. We have home at 19 other stadiums because we seem to be actually favoring and also loving the pitch there more than Old Trafford. Okay, that's the bloody problem it is. And the other thing is, when you have Sheffield United coming, the confidence level has reached the very peak of it. It's like Godzilla with full atomic bomb. It's just a matter of like, we can do it. We can burn anything. But you know what's the problem? Yes, exactly. You just burnt yourself. Because you took Sheffield for granted. Those guys just came up the A game. Let's remember one thing: Sheffield United are relegation contenders. They're top there. They're just going down, and they are coming to survival. We are first or second. God knows what we were that time. And next thing you know, you're bottling it because simple. You just saw them as an opponent. You didn't see them as a threat. You got to see every team as a threat if you want to be champions. I mean, that's how it should be. And then you come to even Southampton. Okay, let's be honest. We won 9-0, but we did not play with 11 on 11. We played 11 on 9. Okay, let me recorrect myself. Okay, we played 10.5 to 9 because we have a half player up there. All right, so let me come to that part of it. And then, of course, West Brom. God shit, what the? I mean, you know what I just saw West Brom game? I saw two Pampers wearing defenders called Maguire and Lindelof. They were wearing size XXL Pampers and crying on a foul. Okay,
There we go.
Maguire did it. I don't understand how did that striker, I'm not sure was in Diakne or something, he missed that goal. I mean, he should get a slap. He should get a slap because that was an open goal. And DDG redeemed himself for all the bloopers he did in that one save. I got to say he redeemed himself. I do not deny that. But what the heck did Maguire do? He actually fell down in the box. The referee did not blow the whistle. Is it the referee or what was the referee doing? The referee's job is to judge things and blow the whistle. You do not take the rules in your own hand and just say it's foul and I stop playing. You're being a Bates of like 20 years ago. Hands
Definitely.
up. It's a goal. It's not a goal. Okay, remember that if they had scored that, the single 1 point we got as a literally we got a bonus at 1 point, it would have just gone missing. And we just bottled it with the last two teams in the league. That's how pathetic we are. So when I said soul searching, it's simple. I am a fan. I support the club for the last 20 over years. We buy a Paulo Maldini wannabe for 80 million. And that guy is just not delivering even 20 to 30% of his so-called capacity, which the board saw. We did not see the potential in him. Okay, we did not even see him coming. It was just a matter of weeks, and next thing they signed him. But let me tell you one thing: the Maguire signing was the biggest horrendous move. Okay, actually, if you ask me, the Maguire signing was the reason why we are lackluster. Okay, let me tell you why. You sign a player who's average at a high fee. Okay, that alone is a sin by itself. On the dollar part of it. Okay, we are speaking in dollars. We spend 80 million on rubbish, and then you make him the club captain. What the hell do you expect the club to be? Rubbish. You have a captain who's rubbish, leading a team which will be rubbish.
Definitely.
So the spine of the problem is at the back, at the captain. If this was Roy Keane, he might not be technically good, but that guy has guts and balls to go all out, fight, and bust himself up and come back. Have you
Okay.
seen Maguire bust himself for United? I've seen Vidic bust himself. I've seen Rio bust. I've seen even Bruce Pallister. You name it, you got it.
I
Even
think
even like
Dinesh,
what?
I think we
Yeah.
don't need to bust himself, but I think the question is, have we ever seen Harry Maguire thrown his body at a tackle or the last ditch tackle?
No,
Have we ever? I don't know.
I've only
Correct me if I'm wrong. For the ones to the guys that's watching out there, all right. I'm always happy to be proven wrong. All right. So, but correct me if I'm wrong. All right, Dinesh and Kiran, have we ever seen? All right, I'll give an example. Eric Bailly did that last ditch tackle against Aston Villa. All right, that could have been boom. That could have been a disaster if that went in. All right, and he did that last. He threw his body, knowing that he is a piece of glass, a very piece of fragile piece of football glass that even the slightest touch will make him injured. But
correct.
without thinking of all that, he threw his body in there. Have we ever seen Harry Maguire do that? Dinesh, I'm gonna hold you for a moment. Kieran, talk me
Oh,
through, Kieran. Talk
Dinesh
me
went
through.
on a rant.
He
Dinesh went
went
on
on
a
a
rant,
rant. It's
man.
not the first. It's not the last of it.
Yeah. No, I thought he brought up some very good points. Okay. Let me recap some of the things that he said, which I completely agree. Definitely, my role here is not to sit on the side of the players and support them because the results have been rubbish. So yeah, they have not, justified the manager's trust and faith in them, and that to me is a cardinal sin lah. But Dinesh talked about having an average player, paying a world class fee for it. Yes, I agree. Okay, so that is the marketing side of things, right? And then after that, you give him the armband, which I thought was ridiculous.
Yep.
Um, Probably came on the principle that this guy is playing in the back line. He's English, can communicate. Everyone likes him in that sense, lah. But I don't agree on that. So I have to say that that was also a rubbish decision to give him the captain's armband, because like what you said, when you have captains in the past who throw themselves under the bus just to make sure that the team moves forward or picks itself up after going a goal down, and then you have this guy who gives away that goal, then we have a serious problem. Yeah.
Oh.
But I have to point something out, and because you talked about Eric Bailly, right? So Eric Bailly played. He played his heart out. He wasn't injured. And who dropped him? You know, that period of time he had a fantastic. We were confident. I think that was the top when we were first. And we were talking about whether Liverpool can catch us, and yes, City was building up a bit of steam, but at that point of time we were trying to build a gap between us, and look what happened. And this has to fall, partially on the decisions that are made off the field. Replacing your most informed centre back, which to me is Eric Bailly, not Maguire. And those two complement each other. Maguire actually has, I wouldn't say he's an average player. I'll give him a 6.5 or a 7. I think it's not his fault that he's being paid, that he came in with such a hefty price tag, but he's definitely not a world-class centre back,
Definitely.
like VBD or Ramos or Alaba, etc. These guys who are proven. But that's our fault. We paid this kind of money for him, but he complemented Bailly very well, and he had very good stats. Aerially, he's pretty strong. Yeah. So and we call him the fridge, but he can play the ball from the back. If you realize, he does complement Luke Shaw to a certain extent on the left hand side. So I really thought that while we are being harsh on Maguire, I think that there were decisions off the pitch that makes it look like it's Maguire's fault when technically it shouldn't. The price tag, the captain's armband, etc. And of course, replacing his potential partnership and giving him, like what you say, another diaper wearing centre back.
Triple XL diaper wearing.
Oh
Yep,
my God.
definitely. It's a. I think
Lindelof
this
is
Lindelof is both of them are just shitly. Uh, I don't
together.
know.
They are dumb and dumber.
Yes.
You have
Let's
David
just look back,
Luiz.
guys. Let's just look
Yeah.
back. All right. Let's look back. the past few semifinals that we were in, all right, we were actually losing all these semifinals, all right. In all actually semifinals, it was both Lindelof and Harry Maguire. I don't really think that any of the defenders actually quite played in it. It was these both of them. Despite that, we still get to see these two, all right, being played together. But guys, I'm just gonna just go on a defensive side of Maguire a little bit here, all right. When we saw Maguire play along with Eric Bailly, he was actually defensively good. Why? Because he was able to bring the ball up. He was able to be that ball playing defender that he was. All right. And Eric Bailly just sits back and just do the necessary sweeping and dirty job. That was how Ferdinand and Vidic played. All right. Ferdinand was the ball playing defender. On the other hand, Vidic was the one who was busting his ass, like what Dinesh was saying, throwing his body here and there. And in that similar way, we saw Eric Bailly do that as well. Just that Eric Bailly is a little bit on the clumsy side. All right. We have Dumb and Dumber, and another one is the Dumbers. So our three defenders is just, it just sums up in that way. All right. But when these two play, I'm actually quite confident. But when Eric Bailly is out of this lineup and we have Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, this what happens, guys. This what happens. These are the errors that we get. This is what defensive errors we are prone to. Because these two boys are unbelievably talented. You guys know why they are talented? Because these guys are so talented that whenever they play, they always concede and they always do silly mistakes. I've got one guy who are in episode with this girl called Tristan, and he's a big time Lindelof hater. He always comes up with the perfect video, the perfect scenario of all the mistakes that Lindelof have done it. Alright, ever since from the Sevilla Europa semi-final that we lost last season, from the Man City game to the current game, and to everything. All right, I'm gonna go into in depth. All right, to Lindelof himself. People are saying that yes, Lindelof this, Lindelof that. Maybe he should not have been. That goal should not have been stand. All right, people are actually defending him and saying that this was the reason why Lindelof was actually he couldn't see the ball. All right, but guys, I want you to actually, if you guys tell me that you guys beg to differ, go ahead. All right, but for me, what I feel is Lindelof was just weak. I'm going to throw in a name. If Phil Jones was there, that he would have hated out. All right. I'm going to, Dinesh, talk me through. People are telling me, oh, we are too harsh on Victor Lindelof. That boy is because Harry Maguire is playing with him. That's why he cannot perform. All right. And people are telling me that against Liverpool, he actually put on a good shift. And then he actually played quite well against West Brom. Just that this is not his fault because he cannot see. What do you make of that, Dinesh?
Not sure. It's like this. Against Liverpool, he had a good game, but one good game doesn't bail you out from all the shits you have done. You know, it doesn't bail you out. Second, you're a defender. You're playing in the Premier League. For God's sake, Premier League is the toughest and roughest league. We know that. We've seen the bad of our baddest injuries we've seen in the Premier League. So if you're going to play in the Premier League and you don't want to become somebody's bitch, then you got to make sure that you own the striker. If you're the last man, you own the striker. Meaning, this is what you call shadow marking. You got to shadow mark the guy until maybe into the dressing room. It's okay. That's how you do shadow marking. All right. In that header against West Brom, I miss Smalling. Actually, to be honest, because that guy, no matter how bad he can be, he's not that bad as what these guys are right now. You know, he's doing well at Roma right now. You know, so it speaks volume that we have a shit back. You know, and that you see Lindelof, it's a low ball. It's not even a high ball. Okay, it's a low ball. It's simple. The thing with our guys is they make an assumption of things. This guy put the hand over my face. I assume it's going to be a foul. I don't do more than that. I'll wait for the foul. The problem is these fellas are waiting for the whistle to blow. Same thing happened to Maguire in the second half. As I said, these two guys are making an ass of themselves because of assuming things. You know,
Definitely.
as a defender, you should just go for the ball and bang it out. You see, it's no harm conceding a corner. There is no harm conceding a corner. But the biggest sin is knowing that you can avoid it, and then again you go and get entangled and mess up things at the second minute away.
All
How
right.
could you do that? And some more that's
Okay.
the first attack. The very
Okay.
first attack of the game they scored. Imagine how dejected or
Pathetic.
how morally messed up could United be. Let me just ask you that. You're playing
It's
no
messed up, Dinesh. It's messed up because it was like the first minute and 29 seconds, and boom. I think
precisely.
this actually calls on to, I mean, it comes on to the mentality, boys. The mentality. Are these boys actually mentally weak, physically weak? Because right now, what I'm seeing is these boys are just very, very weak. Kiran, talk me through. I've seen the games against Sheffield. I've seen the games against, against West Brom. I've seen the game against Everton, even West Ham. Let's just not talk about the defensive way. Let's not talk about the attacking manner. Let's talk about the mentality these boys have and the physicality these boys have. They do not bring into the flow. It feels like a bunch of, I don't know, 11-year-old, 12-year-olds playing.
No,
It's
correct.
like you
So
touch them and they drop. Talk me through, Kiran.
no, correct. So Joe, in a team, the I mean, first and foremost, I'm also gonna put it out there. I'm not a Maguire apologist. Okay. Your captain must have a strong winning mentality. I don't think Maguire has that yet. Okay. I mean, he depends on his the best informed centre back at United to pay him always. Then sorry, you're just not gonna have that lah. It doesn't happen that way. And then you look at the rest of the players. We have players who have been there for a very long time,
Yep.
Rashford, etc. But you think about it, these players, they don't have that mentality where they would go all the way. Okay, we do have games where we push forth and then we win at the end. The PSG game that Dinesh quoted earlier. Yeah, okay, so we saw a bit of winning mentality there. There were a couple of games where we came back from behind this season, and we saw a winning mentality there. But when you look at the players and you rate their winning mentality across, I tell you, we only have a couple of players who actually have their winning mentality. Our goalkeeper, zero. Sorry to say that. I mean, he's a faithful servant, but I'm at defense right now to actually just have Henderson play most of the time because of his
Okay.
commanding presence in the back. Okay, and you look at our back line, none of them have that winning mentality per se.
All right.
Um, in our midfield, okay, Pogba on his day he can play football, but would you call
Result.
him a player with a winning mentality? The kind of player that bails you out. We saw in the last 2 seasons. That's why we wanted to ship him out, right? But Bruno has that winning mentality. Okay, so you have one Bruno. Okay, we're not a team that plays with wingers, so we have another two babies, one tall baby called McTom, a smaller baby called Fred, and then we have a very old baby called Matic.
All right.
These guys are just playing football, very passive football. They are united two and two, but they don't have winning mentality. So then you look up front, and we don't have players with winning mentality except for Cavani. So I've listed you two players out of a potential squad of 22 players that have winning mentality, which is just Bruno
Definitely.
and Cavani. So it's not just about being weak physically. I mean, look at Lindelof. He's big. He's tall.
It's
He's
all.
not very strapping, but he's definitely broad-shouldered.
Yep.
And at the same time, it is not the physical element that really irks me, but it's that that strength of mind to, for example, go for every ball, and also to actually not wait for the linesman to rule in your favor. Playing to the whistle. I mean, we have heard in primary school and secondary school, you always play to the whistle, right?
Yep. Oh
Yes.
my
So
God. Yep.
why are these guys, waiting for the refs to get on their backs and to support them instead of playing good old football? Whether it's at
Yep.
the back, whether it's at the front. Yeah, it's a mess all over lah. I wouldn't just say it's one, but yeah, you're right. You're right in saying that the team has players that are devoid of that strong mentality that United
Yep.
used to once have. And if we don't sign players, because it's a toxic dressing room, right? Okay, you have
Yes.
players who are more interested in I know you were showcasing your TikTok earlier, but you have players who are more interested in TikTok. Then I'm sorry if you don't bring new players, whether these are academy players or they are foreign born players who have won trophies. If you don't bring players with this kind of mentality, if we're gonna overpay players who are from
Yep.
average clubs, we it's just gonna be downhill or the same vicious cycle lah. Yeah, we're
All
not
right.
not gonna wait. We are not challenging City for
Fair
nuts.
points. Fair points made, Kieran. Fair points made. All right, guys. I'm just gonna just tone it down a little bit. You guys are getting real intensity here. A lot of fire coming in. At the same time, there's a lot of fire in the comment section. All right, but before that, guys, please, please, please do us one favor and only favor that we ask of. Please do like and share, subscribe to our Napshot Studios. All right, we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we are on also Twitch. All right, it's our newly platform that we have built in Twitch, and we are also on TikTok as well. So do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, let this whole flowing, let everyone know how Dinesh and Kiran are thinking about United right now. All right, and let's get to the comment section, guys. We'll start up something. Interestingly, all right, Dinesh on fire. That is not something that it's not new. It's not new. All right, and we have Ridwan Anthony Marshall coming in and said that is why we need we need defenders in the transfer window, but Ed Woodward do nothing, and United fans are frustrated. And here we go, my boy, the TikTok star. All right, who you guys playing in the UEFA Champions League? It doesn't matter who we play, bro. But next season, I'll welcome you with open arms. All right, because you are definitely going to be playing in the Europa League, and that's going to be hilarious, bro. It's going to be hilarious. All right. Vice versa. Yeah. And we have Vinod. Kiran, our manager, it's a fixed lineup set up in his mind. Regardless how one perform, come next week, the favorite one returns to the lineup. This kills the confidence of the squad and the player. All right.
Agreed.
Okay. Agreed. Good one there, Vinod. Good one. Absolutely agree with Kiran on Bailly and dropping him in favor of Lindelof, and no Ramos. And no, Ramos is not world class. There are hardly any left. You know what? True. There are not much defenders at the moment. All right, guys. Gordon Go Bunchai. All right, this is one of my favorite boys, father-in-law. All right, thank you for watching, sir. Come on, you Irons, West Ham United. We are blowing bubbles. Okay, as long you blow bubbles, enough. You don't blow other things, then that's good enough. All right, all right. Take care, Gordon. All right, and we have one more. This is it, guys. This is what actually gets into my nerve always whenever I see Ridwan comes up with this. It's in 2017 we got a chance to sign Virgil van Dijk, but we end up actually Victor Lindelof. I mean, what can we do, guys? What can we do? All right, and we have coming in, guys, with I say Rojo was much better than Lindelof. Yes, I would say Rojo is like an Argentinian beast. All right, that fella is very clumsy. I won't really say he's clumsy. That fella is very rash. All right,
Reckless.
he makes hasty decisions. He just goes in, boom, that's it. He just clash in, he breaks legs, do whatever he wants. That's what he is, man. To be honest, guys, against WBA, Maguire was defensively a clown, but he is pushing upwards and trying to salvage something from the game. Yeah, however, the rest of the squad, yes, true. I think the game against West Brom, yes, Maguire didn't have anything to do with any of the mistakes that happened. Less just that one, and De Gea saved his ass. But if you guys see the game, half the time, he was on the left-hand side bringing the ball out. I saw his heat map.
Yeah.
All right, there was one heat map that was circulating in Facebook, and I saw, and he was throughout the entire left-hand side. And people were actually buzzing in and say, "You're a bloody defender. What are you doing there?" That is where, guys, we have Victor Lindelof, who is another ball-playing defender. We have Harry Maguire, who's another ball-playing defender. These two playing in the same team, in the same lineup, it's going to be a bit horrendous at the moment. All right? Example, Rashford, Marcel, Cavani didn't get the service that they needed. I won't say they didn't get the service that they needed. They did, but they did not get the necessary, all right? And Vinod, I'm telling you, Martial is a taboo word until I say it's the green light to open the can of worms. All right, we have 5 to 10 minutes to go before I open the can of worms for that. All right, and we have Ted. Thanks, Ted. The winning mentality will come when favorism ends. You are welcome. All right, and we have Viba. Viba, thanks again for watching, my brother. I think we need one dub. That's it, just one dub, and we will be back. You think so? Really? Just one? Sign them from Atletico Madrid. Simeone knows how to buy centre back, mold them. Talking about molding, is our coaching team able to do it? All right, we will get to that. All right, just one final two, guys. Could Ramos stiffen up our defense, guys? We gotta stop the Ramos. Ramos is doing this because he wants a huge paycheck at Real Madrid. Okay, that is why he's doing this. We are not gonna get Sergio Ramos, so let's put away, guys. Let's put that thought away. Potential defender, if the interest: Tyrone Mings, Louis Dang, Ben White, Benoit, and Badashil Loughton. All right, Ridwan, you're giving me a lot of names. All right, but I don't think so. United are actually linked to any of you have said it. All right, and we actually have something from the founder of Napshot, Anwari. Hello, love. Don't you guys think that United should go out of their way to get a bona fide CDM because it's apparent the Fred Scott are not providing enough defensive cover? Woo. All right, this is the one that I wanted to talk to about. All right, and just nice. All right, my brother Anwari actually have talked about it. We'll keep to this comment. All right, and I'll start with you, Dinesh. We have been always playing double pivot. I don't know, for donkey matches, man. I'm so sick and tired of seeing this. I don't know. I've always kind of feel that, why can't we play like how City plays? City plays Rodri as a CDM, one person, and he plays like KDB and Gundogan. Two attacking center mids, and one is a ball winning midfielder, and another one's an attacking midfielder, and you get one defensive. So in that way, you get two creative players, and one of them who just sits and do the defensive duties. He gets the ball from the air, he brings it down. He either looks to Gundogan, or he either looks to KDB, or even looks to his right or left back, and that's how he plays. But right now, we have a headless chicken in Fred. I'm not doubting Fred. Fred has been performing and he's been putting on a good shift recently. All right, so I'm not going to slander him. Scott have also been putting on a little bit of shift here and there, so I'm not going to slander them. But do you think these two is more than enough? Are we being able not to be able to play Scott and Fred in one game? Are we able to do that?
I mean, personally, I feel if you compare both Fred and Scott, I would take Scott. I would take Scott simply just because he has the physical advantage over Fred. Okay. The other thing is, I like Scott also because he's a kind of a goal-scoring CDM we have. I mean, he has a couple of goals under his belt. West Ham, Leeds, a couple of good goals he had. And the other thing about Scott is, I noticed that he covers the pitch very well. He covers the pitch very well for a young boy. He's still young. He's very young still. So I think he's good. He's amazing. But like what you said, double pivot is the reason why we are quite mixed up right now. Because if we have one CDM and Bruno and Pogba there, the three of them, and then we have the so-called the front three, Messi, Neymar, and Suarez wannabe characters on top there, that's good enough because we have more attacking options, and the CDM can hold the back, so he can defend the defenders. All right, but the problem is, even though we have two CDMs, we are still leaking goals because even the CDM does a job, come back down, they're not doing their job properly. So what's happening is we are more focused on defending than attacking, and that is why we are known as a counter-attack team because we are sitting down. In Liverpool they don't have Van Dijk and they're doing that. All right, and God's grace lah, it's kind on earth. We don't have that problem with us. That means we don't have injury problems, and yet we are doing that. So what happened is, when you're going to build an attack, you're going to build an attack very deep down, all the way down, and you're going to start an attack. So what's going to happen is, while halfway through, you're going to lose the momentum, and that's when you're going to lose the ball, and then you're going to get countered back. That's the problem. United, they do not build the attack from the middle. When the defenders get the ball, bring it up. Okay, like what I think even Joe, you said, we have a ball playing defender in Maguire. I totally agree. He's the one guy who can give you a 30-40 yard run with the ball, and he will actually open the wings, or mostly the wings. We have the advantage. You see, we have the advantage. Then again, you have the bullet, but you're not going to shoot. That's the problem. You have the bullets, but you're not shooting. So if we have defenders who can bring the ball up, okay, so we have a ball playing defender, and we need a ball defending defender. Okay, meaning a guy who can play the ball, another guy whose job is just to defend. He's not going to think about attacking. He's just thinking about doing my job, kicking some asses. So we need one defender. Maguire can stay where he is next season, this season, anytime. He can stay
Yep.
where he is because he is partially good in the ball bringing part. But we don't have one guy who's dedicated to the back there. It's like we playing football in school. You need one guy just to stand there, guy, bro. Anybody come whack the first leg. You need that character there.
Yeah,
That's why
that's it.
we did. That's why you had maybe Pallister. Maybe Pallister. Yeah, we had Pallister. We
Yep.
had those type of players.
Stem.
So we need that one player who's totally dedicated to the back. And of course, we heard names like Ramos and all. I don't want any one of them, please. It's
Yeah.
going to become a Di Maria episode too. We don't need that. We don't need a Madrid guy coming here and kind of like threatening us with some new contracts and all these things. We don't need that. Let's get somebody decent. We don't need someone young. We need someone in the mid 20s who has the maturity, he has the physical ability, and second, he has to be a fighter. He
All
has to
right.
go through. If Bai is not like a fragile glass, we don't have the problem. But he is the glass we have. But
All
he's an
right.
amazing player from Villarreal. I've seen his game with Villarreal when Mourinho signed him. He was amazing. Actually, I was looking forward, to this particular signing. But of course, we don't have that right
Shit
now.
happens, Dinesh. Shit
Yeah,
happens.
man, shit happens in broad daylight, man. That's the worst part, because we have a good squad. I'm not telling we don't have a good squad,
Yep.
but the problem is, you're not justifying every position on the pitch. They're not justifying it. It's like I'm paying you salary to
Okay.
appear on the field, not to play, to just appear on the
Yep.
field.
Yep.
So that's what's happening. So if I'm going to run through the whole thing from the back to the front, it's going to be
Okay.
amazing. Okay, like Kiran said, we don't need David De Gea. It's not we don't need David De Gea. We should have him, but we should start rotating him.
All right.
Every 2 games once get Henderson, because why? Let me tell you, Henderson is the future. De Gea is the present and the past. Okay, I mean he has bailed us out many times. I mean I gotta respect the guy. The guy deserves a knighthood from United. Okay, many seasons he has bailed us out, Player of the Year, an amazing character. But let me tell you, every keeper will go through a slump, and some slumps are quite bad. So let's be fair to him. I'm not telling he's a bad player. Just give him a break. He needs a break. He's already burnt
If you
out.
have said that he's a bad player,
I would not agree.
I would have booed you down, bro.
He's a great keeper. Any
Well
player
said.
goes through.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think Dinesh, you made some fair points. But I think I would have feel that instead of the two center backs, all right, maybe, Kieran, how about this? Imagine, easy pick, if we were to get Bissouma in as our central CDM, all right, and then we probably have Bruno and Pogba ahead of him. Do you think this might work?
I think it might. Okay, so I've been also saying this for the longest time. I think there are two areas that, okay, to me, I agree with Dinesh. If you put our squad down on paper, right, and you compare our squad with the 19 other squads, I think our squad
Yeah.
probably in the top three.
Yep.
Okay.
On paper, quality on, paper.
On paper.
Yep.
So why is it not translating, right?
Exactly.
But having said that, I do think there are two obvious weaknesses that our team has, our first 11, and that's on the right wing, and that's a DM cover. And because we don't have, Matic is a very, very smart player.
All right.
He's a player with a lot of experience, but he has, I think we have bought him past now his best years are past him. Okay,
I think
that's
he's
the reason
past
why
his
he's
prime.
not. Yes, definitely.
Kieran, I'll give you two options. All right, one is Bissouma, the other one is Declan Rice. These are the two names that has always been ringing in United fans' head. All right, these are
I'll
the
go
two
for
names. All
NDD
right, go for it.
actually. I'll actually go for
Oh,
NDD.
my boy,
Yeah.
you are together with me, Wilfred NDD.
NDD for sure, man.
We gotta
Declan
put a
Rice-
respect to his name, guys. Come on, put a respect to this fella's name, Wilfred NDD. Go for it, Kieran.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the shift. Okay, so Declan Rice. The one thing I have to say, or the two things I have to say about Declan Rice is, if we buy him, we do get a leader. We do get a leader, and we do get an English leader, which is what the masses love, right? That's why everyone's on the Henderson bandwagon for
Yeah.
Liverpool. But when you look at NDD, the guy is young as well. Okay, he's probably not going to cost as much as to prime away from
Probably
where
like
he's
30,
playing right
40.
now.
Definitely.
Yep. And the amount of his work rate, if you see the games that he play against us, or even the games that he plays against other players, his work rate, his his ball tackling, he doesn't give away the ball that cheaply as well. I
Yep.
think this guy is someone that we should look at. And the fact is because he's in the EPL, so I'll definitely want someone who is already accustomed. I want them straight away running.
Yeah.
I don't want them to play and then
True.
for half a season, give a Mourinho type of excuse. This guy is not used to the
Getting
weather.
used to the weather.
Man, that put that out. If I'm gonna pay him 40 million and above, first day he's gonna start running, and he's
Yep.
gonna put a good shift. And I think NDD is able to do that.
Mhm.
So I would go for him instead of Bissouma or Rice, because I think I like Rice as well. But I think we are gonna have to pay a lot for Rice when we could pay half the price for NDD,
We're
and we could
Indians, Kiran. We definitely like
get
rice.
and we could save that money and we could shore up, the centre back, right? We have we have a decent centre back pairing in Bailly and Maguire. So we need
Right?
cover. If you're going to keep Lindelof or Jones, or you got to get rid of one of them, then you bring in another guy like, I have to say, Michael Keane. You see, these are
Exactly. I was just
Michael
thinking that.
Keane. So these are solid players that
I
are
think
out there,
Michael Keane is also
underrated.
way past his prime, though. I wouldn't
Michael
want to buy
Keane,
one in back. Mm-hmm.
bro, he has been excellent this season. And the thing is, Michael Keane came from our academy, right?
Yeah, yeah. We
So
sold
so
him.
he yeah, so I mean, it's the whole thing about buying Pogba back. You're not gonna buy Michael Keane for that price. And at the
Yep.
same time, at least he will know a bit about the heritage. I mean, Michael Keane has
Mm-hmm.
played with some of the greats as well.
All right.
So I think it'll be good to bring him in. And again, not as the starting centre back pairing, because I do think that
Yep.
Maguire, unless he underperforms continuously, it should still start with Bailly.
All right, but Kiran, you said Michael Keane, all right? That's another Englishman. Don't you feel like if Michael Keane comes back to United, you look at how Michael Keane now, he's able to perform. You know why? Do you guys know why Jesse Lingard is able to perform at West Ham? It's not because West Ham is a low club. West Ham is performing, but because the media doesn't touch much on Jesse Lingard. Nobody's talking about Jesse Lingard. Who the hell is Jesse Lingard, guys? Have you ever heard about Jesse Lingard lately? I've yet to see a post lately, rather than Sky Sports just posting him in the swim in the, I don't know, in the warm pool trying to recover, and Declan Rice coming in to tell him that, hey, I should have taken the penalty, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Trust
only
me.
time we ever seen. But during the times when Jesse was in United, be it he touch a bloody football or he do not, everywhere is Jesse Lingard. Lingard sleeping with this girl, Lingard doing business, Lingard doing this, Lingard doing that. Don't you feel if Michael Keane comes back to United, the entire Manchester is on his shoulder. The entire weight of Manchester is on his shoulder. And that is going to derail his performance, bro.
Okay, so there are a few differences. I'll point out to you. Okay, one is that Michael Keane is okay. Lingard's around his age, and Lingard clearly has less maturity than Michael Keane. But Michael Keane is actually seen as the face of his team's defense. So there have been every time they feature Everton and they feature them underperforming or whatever, he comes out. And rarely, right now, Everton is actually keeping quite a few good clean sheets in that sense. He's not an England international. In if you're going to look at the first 11 of Gareth Southgate's
Yep,
team,
definitely.
I don't think he's
Southgate
going to
is
feature.
foolish.
So there is definitely going to be less publicity. When he comes to United, I agree. When he comes to United, there's definitely going to be 100% more publicity on him. But that's up to the player, whether they can take it in their stride, whether the type of player that they were, the type of upbringing that they come with, the baggage that they come with, and whether he's going to be put under that kind of scrutiny. The difference between Michael Keane and, for example, the scrutiny that Maguire comes under, and why I actually went for Michael Keane, even though I said not to get an English player, is that Michael Keane does show leadership at the back. I think some people in the comment box disagree with me, but if you watch the Everton games, he
Yeah.
shows leadership. He has also scored a few goals as well. And the difference is Maguire he has never shown that leadership back in Leicester, but Michael Keane has.
All right.
This is where this is what I feel. Even when I look at Maguire's last season with Leicester, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
he was showing that kind of leadership that we expected. And when we come here, we reward him with the armband, so that is something that I couldn't understand. So for me, I mean, it goes back to my original point: get NDD, right? Save some money,
All
get a
right.
good centre back who is there to provide cover. Not you don't need a world class centre back to displace your current two, but you
Nope.
need someone who's good enough to provide some cover and someone of an average of a certain age. He shouldn't be too old. And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, of course, the right wing is another problem, but I'm sure you're going to touch on it later.
Yeah. Fair point made, Kieran. I think I like the only thing I think I like a lot more when you said NDD, because NDD was someone I've been screaming, all right, ever since we lost that midfielding pair, all right, like ever since we lost Carrick, I was thinking who can actually fill that spot. And then came Fred, and then came Scott, and then came Matic, and all these players. And I was still thinking, why is anybody not going for Wilfred Ndidi? Is it because he's a little bit short? But no, that boy is actually a 6'1" or 6'2", though. He's quite
He's
tall.
quite a big size guy, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
or
big. It's
maybe
big.
is it because he's a black player, the kind of syndrome these days we're having, whereby, I remember one of the players came up and said that, no, it's because of his race. Sometimes they do not sign players because of publicity, advertising, whatnot. All right, that's a good point, mate. But I have another point here, guys, made by Joseph Lay. Been following a lot of under 23 games lately. It's nice to see talents like Hannibal and Shotaya shine there as well. Yes, these two boys, if I'm not wrong, Hannibal and Shotaya has been actually given first team contracts. So they
Contracts,
are
yeah.
actually in the first team
Yep.
as well. They are training. All right. And speaking of the devil, Ahmad Traore Diallo. Yes, these boys are actually all in the first team trainings. All right. And my thoughts of Ahmad, I think that boy is going to shine. I think a lot of people will correct me. Amad Diallo actually gives me the vibe of how Cristiano came to United. All right. He didn't came to United with so much of hype, but just a little bit of hype whereby he's good with the ball in the feet. He can run. That fella is fit like a dog. All right. And this boy actually can play football, and he takes on defenders. All right. Other than our usual ones, all right. Rashford, Anthony Martial, and Greenwood. These guys actually can play football. They can play brilliantly. They can finish swiftly. All right. But when it comes to the that matters the most. Like, we needed a goal badly against West Brom. I don't care about Everton, guys. All right, like, the screw Everton, screw Sheffield, and all this game one. But this was one game, West Brom, where we could have just picked ourselves up easily. All right, I was really hoping that we might just win this probably 2-1 or 3-1. But no, we were struggling a lot. We're just going to look at the comment section before we hit into our last topic, and I will open the can of worms. All right, thank you, Joseph, for saying that, everyone. That's why I said Ozan Kabak, Rabak lah. He's done and dusted. So
His
don't talk
first
to me
game
about
was
Liverpool
amazing.
players.
His
Yeah,
first
don't
game
talk to
was
me about Liverpool players. Yeah, I don't talk to teams who are below me right now. Yes, call me arrogant, call me whatever, but this is it. You guys made me you guys made me like that. Vinod, if we look back this season, we have seen multiple players given multiple chances to overcome their slump. Their mistakes can be forgiven, but not for the squad players off to the bench. All right, that's a good point. I will come back to you again, Vinod. Rasvinder NDD, yes, definitely. Oh, Vinod said NDD overpriced. He's great, but Rogers won't let him go. No, bro, Vinod, you're getting it wrong. Everybody's overpriced. No, this fella NDD is not overpriced. This fella, he's actually 30 to 40 million period. That's it. You can't go more than that. This fella, 30 to 40 million, he can go. But as you said, Rogers won't let him go for cheap. The thing is, if whether or not Ed Woodward wants to talk to him, that's another thing, We can keep saying that it's cheap and expensive. Whether or not they want to do it's another thing. Bissouma is next. Makelele, who gets in next season? That's it, Dinesh and Kieran. If any team were to get Bissouma, it's how Chelsea got Kante out of Leicester City. This guy will be the next to watch, because this boy really, really can play football. brilliantly, box to box, defend it really well. I don't know, man. I just hope to see someone like him in United next season, man. Keane is supported by Doucouré. We should get Benmi, Tawoski, Vestergaard. Yeah, these are some of the names that actually came to me before. All right, in our group chats as well. All right, we got Benmi, Tawoski. I was actually hoping, all right, Coney Corder. All right, from Wolves. All right, that boy, that fella's a beast. That fella reminds me of Vidic, man. Whenever he plays, the Corder actually reminds me. I don't know, Corner. I don't know to you, Kiran, but no, he reminds me of Vidic. Like he throws himself.
Connor Cody, is it?
Connor Cody, the boy can't play football.
But he's a
He can't.
Liverpool supporter, man.
But he's a Liverpool supporter. Yeah,
he's a
that's the thing.
die-hard
I'm
Liverpool fan.
surprised that Liverpool didn't go for him though. He
Yeah,
would
I'm
have
surprised as
easily
well.
walked. Imagine
We need Bednarek.
him. Say again.
Bednarek.
Hey boys, but imagine, no? Imagine Virgil van Dijk and Conor Corder. Sorry, Conor Cody.
Yeah.
That
So
is like boom.
I was actually surprised that honestly I think there was a little bit of interest there, and then he started to declare that he was a Liverpool boyhood fan and all that. But yeah, I'm surprised that Liverpool didn't go for him. Actually, that is silly because you get to weaken a team that is in your league, So it's a win-win, right? Liverpool needed a centre back, and his English as well. So you kind of keep that English core that is very important to all English teams. So yeah, surprisingly, yeah, but I don't think he'll come to us lah. Ben Me to me was one of the names that I had actually, but the
Alright.
problem is it's a flip of a coin, right? When you get players from teams like Burnley, Brighton, they have good
It's a
defensive
steal.
records, but you
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, it's a steal, but you don't know what you're going to get because you don't know whether they can play under that so-called pressure that an Evertonian or the top half of the constantly in the top half or the top six kind of team like Leicester are able to play that kind of pressure. So that's
Yep.
why I didn't say him. But yeah, they those are good names as well. Ben Mee is definitely a good name.
I mean, we can only hope. We can only hope that we get a few centre backs.
How about Rafael Varane?
Ooh, I think that's a little too far fetched, bro. We're gonna splurge
because
probably
I think
It's
another
a
how
lot
much?
of money. It's a lot.
That's
of
a
money.
lot of money, bro.
But he's running down his contract. The contract is not signing new contract. There are also some contract disputes going there. I mean, do you think
I don't think so.
worth it?
He'll leave Madrid though. You know why not? As much as these boys have said that they want to leave, I don't know where could Varane end up, man?
Actually, I do think. Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but I was actually Varane he was another name that I was thinking of, and I do think that this season we actually have a chance. If we pay, we actually have a chance because Real Madrid is definitely not going to win the league.
Yeah, Madrid is no more the
I
top dog.
don't think. Yeah, it's no longer the top dog. So there is no attraction
longer.
that- yeah, it's either they suddenly start to mass overhaul and then they convince him to stay, and he as a senior squad player. If not, he's going to leave. And United, we do have that kind of capital. I mean, we threw 80 million at the fridge.
He's injury prone, guys. Look at that. Alif has said it. Varane, injury prone. You want to spend 100 million on an injury prone? No, man. We just spent 80 million on a bloody
Why not we
fridge.
give them a good deal? We gave them Pogba, a swap deal. No,
But then
why not?
if we sell Pogba, guys, we need to replace him badly with someone good. And right now, I don't see anybody good though. Really,
And our poor run of form,
it's gonna
other
go
than
worse.
it coincided with Lindelof coming into the team, but it also kind of coincided with Pogba
Pogba being injured.
getting
Yes.
injured. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pogba on
I mean,
his day is world champion.
Preach it.
So,
Go for it, Kieran. Preach it.
yeah. No, Pogba on his day, he's a baller, right?
Yep.
I think he needs to be surrounded by players with strong mentality, and you can see how Bruno brought the best out of him in that sense. And actually, we were all telling Mourinho, you shouldn't be playing Pogba as a DM, as at the back when he should be played more in front to kind of free your attacking players. But now you can see with Bruno taking that burden and Pogba playing at the back, and Pogba can ping some lovely crosses.
Yep.
We actually have a nice triangle, and we just need, I'm going to preach it again, NDD to complete That
No,
that
the,
that
the, the thing
triangle
about
in the
Pogba,
middle. Yeah.
okay, I agree with you, Pogba, because Pogba was the focal of United's midfield for a couple of
Yep.
years under
Yep.
Jose and all that. So when Bruno came in, he took the pressure off him. So Pogba is back to a player. He's no more the focal player because Bruno
Yep.
became the alpha. All right. So when he became the alpha, so Pogba had more time and space to do his moves. So that's why I was disappointed at the Arsenal game when they took out Scotty and it brought
Yeah.
back Pogba to the
Pogba.
CDM role.
Yes.
I'm
To the
really
CDM
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
role. Ah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
when I was hoping for the Donny Van de Beek to come in. I was hoping for
Yeah.
Donny Boy to come in because let me tell you, Donny, Bruno, and Pogba on the front three there in the middle three. You know what's going to happen? You're going to have a good defensive-minded Donny there. At the
Yeah.
same time, he can also give you input on the creativity part. Okay, and then you go and bring a semi-paralyzed guy to come and replace Scott McTominay. So what happened is you just destabilize the whole team. After Scotty went out, the whole team became in a disarray. There was no heading from the mid because Donny, Pogba, and Van de Beek would be ideal on the midfield on that particular game. I'm
It
sorry,
depends
but
though. I mean,
yeah.
I would love to actually have NDD, Pogba, and Bruno, right? Or
Mm.
Bisuma, Pogba, and Bruno. But the thing is, Pogba left 6 months, bros. Guys, I don't know if he's gonna stick with us, but I really hope because right now what we are seeing on the pitch, that is life after Pogba, guys. That is it. That is how
Yeah.
we're gonna
What
be playing.
could be.
Two defensive, headless chicken running around, and we have Bruno, the only one creating. And I have one from J139 that says Cody came through the Liverpool Academy, the same United had drink water and go training in the cliff. Highly unlikely for him to consider United. It's a fact. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm. But the thing is, you
Testament.
never know, bro. You never know.
Yeah.
Rooney came to United, so a lot of people say that he won.
Owen came to United.
Owen came to United when a lot of people say he won. Owen came to United, he even won a Premier
Won the
League.
Premier League. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so come on, guys. It's football. Money talks these days. Anything goes. But the thing is, guys, lately, all right, I've watched all the games. All right, I'm not too sure. I hope that you guys have watched all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. All
Yeah,
right.
man.
I'm not going to talk about what happened before these 6 games. All right. I want to talk about strictly these 6 games. Why? Because there are a lot of people that are waiting to actually slander me. All right. If I were to speak about these 3 players, actually 2 particular players in particular, all right, they were actually waiting to actually slaughter me. All right. But what I have seen it throughout this entire 6 game, guys, these players have yet to turn up or yet to perform. All right, I'm leaving the Southampton game aside because that was a one-off, 2 red cards. If a team do not devour a team with a 9 man, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what
Yep.
to say. I think that one you can just close shop the club. That's it. You're done and dusted for the day. So I'm not going to talk about Southampton, but we're going to talk about the other 5 games and the main culprits, which I'm going to talk about now. All right, just before, if there's anything interesting in the comment section, nope. This is it, boys. All right, we are done and dusted. We need change. I'm going to hit on a very, very sensitive nerve topic right now, which is these 3 players. Simple as that. All right, my boy MBE, Marcus Rashford. All right, our boy French player Tony Marshall, Anthony Marshall. All right, and the Iceman they call Swedish Mafia, Victor Lindelof. All right, these 3 boys lately have been playing week in, week out, game in, game on for United every game. I've supported these boys throughout my time this season. All right, but I think right now I'm in the chopping block right now. I'm unable to defend them anymore. Why? Because firstly, the guy at the top, MBE, he does a lot of favors for the government, for the world. All right, sorry, not government, for the world. He does a lot of things. I respect that. But he needs to start performing on the pitch. Especially that game against Arsenal was the final nail in the coffin for me. Like, boy, you could have just tried to shoot anything. Guys, imagine if we were playing in street soccer court or we were playing in football. Imagine we got a chance like that. And our first instance is just shoot. Nobody will try to actually turn the back. Turn your
Yeah.
bloody back around when you're like what 2 to 3 yards away from the goal line, not penalty box, man, goal line. That is what I'm saying, goal line. So we are struggling to shoot. Rashford has been trying all his while to shoot, but Anthony Martial, I don't know what he has been doing. All right, so we are going to open the can of worms first. All right, and I'm going to open up with Anthony Martial. Weak performance. How can he improve? Shall we keep him or sell him? What is the deal with him? All right, I think throughout the season we have given him enough chances. I think we have given him enough opportunity to actually turn up. He have played enough minutes to actually prove himself that he can play. He said that he's a good striker. We played him striker, and then we felt that maybe striking is not good for him. Cavani is there. We move him to his original position, which he started, which is the left wing, or if you call it left wing midfield, or a left forward. I don't know what you call it these days. All right, I'll just put it straight up left wing. All right, in the forward position, if you play 4-3-3, and even then he don't turn up. All right, he runs at defenders, he takes on defenders 1-2 times. All right, but one thing that always gets me is his bloody laziness. All right, this season, I think the next few games is going to shape his career. I just feel, personally, I feel. All right, the next few games is going to shape his career. Okay, I know Dinesh is raring to go, but I'm going to start with you, Kieran. What do you make up of Anthony Martial's performances of late, just by these 6 games alone?
He has been rubbish lah. He has been rubbish. Okay, so the thing about Martial, he doesn't. You can't look at Martial on his own, right? You got to also understand who is the other competitor for that left wing spot that Ole prefers to play him at, and that's Rashford, correct? So you can't have these two players of roughly the same caliber, or disputed to be the same caliber. You can't have these two players in the team, you see, and that's when you move Rashford over to the other side, and then you keep Martial on the left, and when he underperforms, then you have a void there, right? And Rashford is not playing in his preferred wing. So mine is you need to get rid of one of them, right? And this is the time where you're going to get good value, decent value for one of them, because you don't want to offer a contract extension, and they become, they get older and older and past their prime, and then you try to offload them. For me, Martial has been extremely poor. He needs to go for shooting sessions with McTominay, because the number of times that I've seen McTominay drill the ball low and sweet and straight, and the number of times I've seen this fella sky hoof the ball, I don't know why he needs to bloody open his body to curl the ball, man. Just learn from your manager. No matter what, he will just put the ball at the back of your net, right? I mean,
stick your foot. Just stick your foot.
What the hell is wrong with these forwards? But then Ole is playing them, so he needs some share of the game. But Martial has been piss poor. I agree with you. He has been lazy as well. He has the footballing intelligence. I think he has a decent amount of it. He can play quite a few one touches, and he's silky. But if you realize, he and Rashford, they are both always offside. Do you realize?
Yep,
and can you imagine the person I pity the most? It's not Martial's. It's not Martial when he looks in the mirror. It's not his mom. It's Bruno. I'm playing behind these idiots, because I'm feeding them so many delicious balls. I mean, look at it. Bruno, he has been opening up the opponent's defense with that chip and all that, and this guy is hoofing the ball. So that's a problem. And if you ask me, Martial, Rashford, no, you have to get rid of one of them. You have to bring in a proper center forward. Martial's not a center forward. Okay, I think I think Mourinho has stressed that to us previously, right? That's why he preferred to play Martial on the left. And remember, there was this period of time where we were getting 4-0 victories, because we used to rotate Rashford and Martial, right? It used to be us winning 1-0, and then the 70th minute or 60th minute, we bring the other guy in, and then he'll just run at them. But we cannot have both in the starting lineup. And
Okay.
I think if we want the whole team, the whole squad, including the bench player, to actually have an improvement in quality, then you got to get rid of one of them. And for me, it has to be Martial. Because I
All
think
right.
Rashford is a lot more clinical and he offers a bit more in terms of crosses into the box as well. Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
piece.
Well
Yeah.
said. We'll just hit the comment section a little bit. All right. We'll get with Paul Xavier Francis. Ole hardly rotates. That is why players gets complacent, knowing they will be in the first 11 every match, except cup matches. Maybe, but later stages they confirm gets to play. Definitely. If you know goes in and says Martial Rashford, no proper molding or coaching from coaching team. They look lost in direction, unsure what needs to be done. We saw how Sterling all improved in City. We not coaching or screaming at them enough. If they are not performing, we why play them? And we got Alif. There's spot on Joe. Rash needs to know when to show first time, when to fake. He's overdoing it. As for Martial, he improved greatly last season, no doubt. Definitely he did. But it's not back to always. Ole should either play one of them, not to play both of them together. Bruno is the only one holding the team together. The rest of them, yes, correct. They start to slack. And Cavani, boys, don't forget Cavani. And I think I might have said it. I always stress the importance of competition for places. If we don't have decent enough competitor for attackers, like we have a Shaw in the form of Teles, and nothing is gonna change. Change like 100 times. Modern football will always promote toxicity in terms of complacency. Ooh, right. Left wing Marshall rotate by a proper centre back. Ramos not good. All right, if my boy Tristan, he's here, guys. Trace, thanks for watching despite a busy schedule. Okay, guys, here's on the flip side. Martial has obviously gained a bit of size to play that ST position. Yep, Martial at striker this season 6 has clocked in 1 lesser goal than Cavani at 7. Guys, Tristan here is my stat guy. Alright, and this boy here will always defend Anthony Martial like how I defend Paul Pogba with my life. Alright, but on this week, Tristan actually came out to and say Martial has to start improving or else he's done for his career. The same thing I've said for Pogba recently. If Pogba do not start to play well, he has got no suitors, guys. The reason why Pogba was performing of late is because he's got no suitors. Nobody wants him. He needs to play so that the likes of Madrid or Juventus will come in. But that is also comes to our advantage, whereby we get to see the best of Pogba. And if Ed Woodward sees that, they give him another bumper contract and he stays in United. So that's another good advantage for us. All right, but for Anthony Martial, it is what it is. We have tried him in ST position. We have tried him in left wing position. All right, we're not going to talk about Rashford right now because his game is a little bit simplified at the moment. All right, but for Martial, we have seen. Have we seen enough of him, Dinesh? I want you to open the can of worms today. All right, we have got like about 10-15 minutes left. Go for it.
Okay, guys, bear with me right now. All right, so Anthony Martial. Okay, let's be honest. You spoke about left wing, center, and maybe even the right wing. You wouldn't know. You put him in either three of it, he's going to be a failure. It's simple because he has no passion to play. Okay, he doesn't have the fire in his face. Where you see the basic football, I mean, all 3 hours, and also the viewers will agree, is that when you lose the ball, you track back the ball. Okay, if you're going to lose the ball, you have to track back the ball. And how often do you see that basic thing which Marshall does? He does not track back. Cavani reminds me of Tevez. When they lose the ball, they'll run the whole 40 yards running for the ball like mad dogs. See, that's what you call football, because if you're not going to run back for the ball, then you're already a man down. Okay, you're already a man down. There's another player going to take your responsibility on a double note. Okay, one. Anthony Martial, the one thing amazes me about him is he gets his game time. He cannot complain he has no game time. Okay, and yet he cannot deliver the goals. Okay, Tristan made a good point about his goal ratio of 6. Okay, now is that acceptable for one of the highest paid players in the league? It's not acceptable. Okay. Second, the third thing, how long has he been at United? About 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years, and you're telling me you still haven't touched your peak or you don't have your mojo. So how long more do you want to actually pay him the salary he's getting, and just waste a space on the field, depending that Marshall is going to come back, you know? And the thing really annoys me is, you know what? The guy's face pisses me off. He does not have the enthusiasm, bro. I think he scores, he
So,
misses, is the
Dinesh,
most thing.
it's not his playing, Dinesh. His face pisses you off. That
You
is
know,
why
you know, you
you're
know what?
always angry.
You know what pisses me the most? It's more like having his face in. I can become Mike Tyson by putting his face to actually the wall and just keep on punching. I'll be better than Mike Tyson because it annoys the heck out of me. You know, and the thing amazing is Ole is still playing him. I mean, I choose to blame Ole, but at the same time, I can't really blame Ole because we don't have the options. I think there
Mhm.
was one comment where they said you need competition. What is the competition we have? We have Greenwood on
Yep.
the right, and if you ask me, Greenwood should be there. He should be there because he's doing a good job. Okay, mind these guys. When Greenwood came in for Martial at the West Brom game, the game had
Change. It
it
changed.
changed. It had a purpose.
Definitely.
It had a purpose.
Yep.
We were going in front with a purpose because we know a guy who can make a difference. If he can do that, at the second half, why do we need Marshall then? So what Greenwood, I mean what Woodward and the jackasses in US got to do is simple. They just got to invest the money on a Sancho. They have to
Mhm.
invest on a Sancho. Ahmad Diallo. Okay, I agree. Okay, Ahmad Diallo is the young player. He's not proven yet. He's not proven yet.
Nope,
If
not
you
yet, not yet.
Yeah, yeah. But
Sancho is not proven too, bro.
okay, I agree. Marcel is not proven too, but you're still playing him. So why not just take him out of the equation right now for 10 games and get Diallo in? There is no harm getting Diallo in. You
That's
see,
fair
it's
enough.
simple. You are gambling your whole squad on a redundant player. Let's re-gamble it on a player who might make the difference. Might, because this guy is not making the difference.
Mhm.
38 games in a season, and he's going to be a F for the 38 games also. He can be a straight, full-fledged, 100% money back guarantee, a piece of shit. That's what he is. Money
True,
back
true.
guarantee. He is shit. Okay? And let me tell you, I hate to say this, and I think Joel would have heard this from me, but I'll reiterate myself. The only way to keep him out of the game is simple. Break the bloody ACL. Break the damn ACL. Okay? You know
You're
why?
savage, man, Dinesh.
No, man,
Savage.
you want me to be honest
You're
because I'm a fan.
savage.
No, I'm a United fan. Okay, I loved my team so much that why is he going up and okay, okay, I'm nasty, but you know what, Ole? Before somebody does that, you just place him on the bench, make him an example that you can be highly paid, but if you're not good, you're out. You have to have the guts and the brains, and the wiseness to make the call right now. You have to make the call right now because we are second by luck. Let's be honest, we are
Yep.
second by luck because all
By
the other
luck,
teams
definitely.
behind us are fumbling big time. Okay, we cannot be fumbling and tell, you know what, they are fumbling, so I joined the wagon. Let's fall fumble together. We cannot do that. When they are fumbling, we gotta take advantage. We cannot beat City for a title, but we can definitely cement the second spot and always say that I was third last year, I'm second this year, and oh hell yeah, I'm going to go for the title next year. That
Well
is the
said, Dinesh.
progressive
Well said.
report.
The
But
thing is,
but but
what
but
in
let me tell you
go
one
for it.
thing. If you're going to take Martial out of the equation, Rashford has to step up. I'm not telling Rashford is all bad. He is a good player, not a great player. He is copycatting Cristiano Ronaldo a lot. With the knuckleball and the pullbacks and all that. It's good, but you should know when to use knuckleball, when to do a simple tap in. Against Arsenal, it was not even a tap in. Joel and Kieran, it's just a toe poke. It's just a toe poke, and
Yeah,
the ball
He
yeah.
went
fell.
for
It's
yep.
simple. So the
Yeah.
problem Rashford is over trying and overdoing. But you know what? I respect the fact that he is trying. He is trying. I mean, that is the
Yep.
first step of success. If you don't try, you don't know. Okay. Here we have OKU who's not even trying, and I don't know why he's in the team. So
The
for
thing is,
Solskjaer, I mean,
okay,
if God can transmit this to Old Trafford right now, please transmit it to
you
Solskjaer.
gotta
Please come
transfer
back.
this to Anthony Marshall, Dinesh.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I got to say, and let me tell you guys, I'm still not at my 100% yet because I'm trying my best to be as cool and calm, as cool
The
and
can
calm.
of
But
worms have just opened and it's closed. That's a song for you, bro.
so that's my point of view on this matter.
That's it, guys. We have Dinesh opening up the can of worms on Anthony Martial. It's done and dusted, guys. Martial, if you're hearing this, I really hope you can change your career path, because after this, if you still don't perform in Tamil, we always say this in Tamil, poi PS Devi. If you don't understand this, it means like,
I
no,
understand.
you're just telling you in Tamil. It's like, those who don't understand, it means like you just gotta eat the poop, you piece of shit. All right, that's how we're telling it. And Tristan has said this in defense of or not say defense, but he's saying about Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, all right, guys. Okay, I understand that if Marcel were to be dropped and then Rashford goes to playing in the left wing, this is what he does, guys, when he's in left wing, all right? If he's not in the left wing, he doesn't do stupid flicks. He goes in, he attacks, he puts in good crosses. But when he shifts to the left wing, and we saw that in West Bromwich Albion game, he was trying to play FIFA straight. He was trying to flick the ball. He was trying to do step overs. He was trying to turn the ball. I don't know what the hell he was trying to do. He tried to take on defenders he was faster than those defenders. But instead of doing that, he did a FIFA street skills. He tried to do skills after skills. And I was like, boy, it felt I was watching freestyle. All right, so in defense of Marcus Rashford, guys, if we are going to drop Anthony Martial, we need a good left wing. I think right now, instead of watching a very good right midfielder, because I think now we have Marcus Rashford who can play there. We have Greenwood who can play there as well. And right now we have Amad Diallo who can play there as well. All right, I think Diallo's main position is actually from the right wings, if I'm not wrong. All right, if anybody in the comment section, correct me if I'm wrong. If Diallo's starting position, if it's not right wing, tell me, Riz. I feel that we need to go out there and get a proper left winger instead of right wing. And I'm not saying Jadon Sancho, guys. Jadon Sancho is out of the conversation. I think he's done and dusted. I don't want to see Jadon Sancho to be linked to United once again, because I think that hype is done and dusted. I did not sleep for a month, guys. For a month, because I really thought Jadon is going to be in. I was like dwelling, and I was like, Kieran, imagine this, Dinesh. Left hand side is Rashford, right hand side is Jadon Sancho, or in the center mid you have Anthony Martial. Back then, before the season started, how badass, right, guys? And then you have like Fred in the middle, Bruno and Pogba on top.
No, but just guys, just to add on something, we just don't need another player. We need a player who has the desire like what Bruno has. I think Bruno would be the focal of what a player should be at United. The passion, the desire, the never give up attitude, and of course, always being a fighter. The Bruno technically is just a good player. He's not a very great player, but what makes him outstanding is the never give up attitude, and he's always trying something new. He's bringing the team together. We need somebody who has that type of passion, and they know what's the value of the club. Buying somebody for the checkbook is one thing, but getting the value for the badge is what you need the most. You need passion.
We have one from Tristan that says, we starting on Lindelof. I can host a whole show on Lindelof on my own. Tris, me and An and Faris, we love to have you on board. If you want to host a show, please just give us a call. We will leave you on alone. Lindelof, the entire topic. If you want, we can throw in a little bit of players here and there as well. So go for it, Tris, go for it. But guys, Kieran and Dinesh, I'm going to put you guys on the loop. I'm going to put you guys on on fire right now, because you guys are going to be in scrutiny. No turning back. All right? String of players. I'm going to give you a couple of players or maybe more. All right? You guys going to just tell me, should we fix him or should we throw him away? All right?
Okay.
Simple as that. Okay? I'm going to start out with David De Gea. Is it time for him to go, or we keep him? Kieran, what's your views on this?
Considering we have Henderson here, I would say we keep him.
All right.
We keep him. Yep.
Okay,
so that we have two world-class keepers. Yep.
Okay. Won't that actually hinder the progress of Henderson? That's a lot of people asking.
No, so that's the thing. I have played. I used to play keeper in my JC. You need world-class keepers to play along with you, to train with you, for you to grow better. So I think for Henderson, who is going to be the future, to actually become the type of player that De Gea was, with Henderson's own unique characteristics, commanding, confidence, etc. He needs to have De Gea there as a mentor. So I would say
All right.
keep him. Yeah, from
Okay.
that angle, I'm coming from that angle. Yeah,
That's a fact. Kieran, where do you live in Singapore though, Kieran?
I stay in Hougang.
Hougang. Ed Woodward, if you're
Opposition.
hearing this, go on to Hougang. Get Kieran as your third choice goalkeeper. I think we need him there, and he could be the next one on dog. All right, we have a few comments, guys. Those commenting them, all right, do me a big favor. Please, please, please like, share, and comment. Never forget to do this, guys. Like, share, subscribe to Napshot Studios. And please, we are talking about which player to sell, which player to keep, which player we can actually fix. All right, so comment down in the comment section. And we have just come on with this. Adam Ng, keep De Gea. Vinod, you're always going to let go of De Gea. And now we have Paul Xavier. Francis saying that cash out on De Gea. All right, Paul Xavier said it. There's Lee Grant though. He's signing a new contract. Oh, come on, man. Come on. All right. All right. We have Trace. Out of plain respect, even if De Gea becomes the worst keeper in the world, we have to keep him and award him with another Premier League title. He stayed when everybody left. No way we treat him this way. True. True. In my opinion, I'll keep him. I'll keep him. I think we need to keep De Gea. I'm always a huge De Gea fan though. All right. Dinesh, back to you. Victor Lindelof. Shall we keep him? Shall we fix him? Or shall we just tell him, get the hell out of the door?
I'll take option 3. Get the heck out, man.
Get the heck out. All right. Is there any way we can fix this boy though? Any way?
No, you can't fix something which is broken. He's broken because he does not have the confidence. He's been here for three years, I believe, 3 to 4 years. Okay. So it's just another Anthony Martial. Martial is the front, he's the back. It's just yin and yang, the both same characters.
Definitely.
And the thing is, you are choosing him over Bailly, and you're going against the fans' wishes. He should be reading social media more than anybody else. And I'm pretty much sure he knows that he's not a fan favorite. So if you're serious about the job, you will establish yourself as a fan favorite, and you're not doing any part of it. You're not taking the effort. You are actually fumbling more upon the reinstating at the first team.
All right.
So
And I'll
he's
say,
just not serious about his game. Yeah.
all right, Jay said some of us follow the reserves. Jay, me included, I follow the reserves a lot, especially the under 23 fellas. I follow them big time. I love these players big time. And believe credit must be given due. Jay, I would love to have Hannibal. I would love to have Shotaya playing. I mean, Twanzibe also coming from the academy. I would love to have these players coming in, playing in and out. There was actually one player that I've always wanted him to be given the chance. All right, was Angel Gomez. I would have loved for Angel Gomez to actually feature as well. But the thing is, sadly, in these days, football these days is very difficult to actually give youngsters a chance. I mean, the only manager that back then really gave a lot of chances to young players, it was actually Arsene Wenger, guys. Arsene Wenger actually tapped on a lot of young players, and back then he gave a lot of players, youngsters like Nicholas Anelka at the moment. He gave that boy a chance as well. All right, so Victor Lindelof out and done. Sell Lindelof, and we have okay, guys. If Anthony Martial is the CEO of Anti Martial, Tristan Lowe is the CEO of Anti Victor Lindelof. All right, so this is what we have. Victor Lindelof, midfielder, masquerading as a central defender. My wife is stronger than Lindelof in 1v1. Bro, truly. All right, please tell your wife I said this is, I don't know, she needs to put on the United jersey, man. She needs to put on the United jersey. Okay. What I don't understand, I'll come to that, Resvinder. I'll come to that. Don't worry, I'll come to that. Kieran, the next player, his partner, Harry Maguire. Shall we keep him? Shall we sell him? Or is there a way we can fix him?
Keep him.
All
Keep
right.
him. Yep. I think Maguire needs to have two things. Okay, he needs a complementary partner. I think we have talked about it often,
Definitely.
and I think he needs that armband taken away from him.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
I think it puts a lot of undue
A lot of
pressure on
pressure.
him. I think instead of focusing on trying to get the team to be on the ref's good books and thinking about all the other captain decisions, I think he can just focus on the back line, you see. So I think the
Right.
armband, take it away, give him a good complementary partner. I think keep him.
Okay. Dinesh, I'm going to give you a little tough one. The boy that is running down his contract at the moment, He's left with I think probably 6 months. Paul Labelli Pogba. Shall we
Extend the
keep him?
contract.
Shall we
Extend the
fix
contract.
him? Extend the
Extend the contract.
contract. Okay. We shall extend the contract. I think this
Because
is a no brainer.
Pogba, I feel is you see, Pogba's downfall is not his game, not his character, not his personality. It's just his bloody agent. His agent is the problem. You know, just like what Lukaku did, just disengage yourself from him. Like what Jesse did, disengage from him, get another agent. Because remember one thing, the reason why Ferguson didn't want him was also because of the agent, Mino Raiola. Okay, that guy's a pain in the ass. All right,
Yeah,
so
man.
you're going to go any club. You're going to go to Madrid also. After 1 2 seasons, there is going to be a contract dispute. There is going to be some dispute. It's because of the
Yep.
agent. You know, Pogba on his best day, you can see why he won the World Cup. On his best day, you can
Yeah.
see that. You know,
Yep,
he's
definitely.
amazing. But with Bruno around, I think good times will come if his head is on the pitch and not off the pitch.
Definitely. Pogba is an in and out Manchurian. He's definitely going to get us something. I hope he
Yeah.
signs the contract. Kieran, I'm going to put you in a really, really risky position right now because this boy is from the academy. All right. His name is none other than his MBE Marcus Rashford.
Keep him.
Keep him.
Keep him.
How shall we
Yeah.
fix him then? What is the way we're going to fix Marcus Rashford?
Okay, so it was quite interesting because I was reading the comments as well, and I think quite a lot of those who are following said that he plays better at the right,
Yep.
which I beg to differ because of how we are playing. You know, we are playing with a front forward three, right? So your two supporting forwards, not the center forward, but the two on the flanks, their role is either to feed the center forward, not through crosses, but they're supposed to get into that box. You know, it's supposed to be your wing backs that's supposed to overlap and give the crosses. So we have to think about what Rashford's role is in Ole's whole game plan. If his
Okay.
role is to support the center forward, then actually Marcus plays better on the left because he is stronger cutting in, plays like an inverted forward. You
Yep,
see,
definitely.
if the role is for a standard wing play, then yeah, fine, move Rashford to the right. But then I agree with everyone. There are so many better options out there because
All right.
Greenwood is two-footed. You have Ahmad that's ready to come out, Della.
Yep.
So you have more options there. So then where do we play Rashford? To me, based on how Ole is playing right now on the left, I would keep him. I would send him for a bit more shooting practices again. Again, same. These guys have to learn from McTominay. Okay, that
Definitely.
guy
Okay.
kills the ball.
And
These
yeah,
guys
Rashford
are
still needs to learn how to cross, man. Oh God.
Yeah, so these guys, their basic gameplay, I think someone mentioned about them taking on defenders. I think
Yes.
sometimes they do have a skill or two, but I think they also need a bit of footballing intelligence. Actually,
All
the
right.
worst period where I've seen the three of them play, um, including Lingard, so Martial, Rashford, Lingard, when you see them play with Lukaku, and you could see that they couldn't release the ball to Lukaku in time,
Lukaku. That is
Yes.
and that
where
was
Lukaku was
and
faltering.
that was yeah and when they release that guy, being clumsy as it is not to his feet, he's going to miss the ball. It makes him look like an idiot. But I would fault the players who are feeding him also. Even in
Definitely.
football, we have good players. Okay, so you have the average players who get the ball to you. The best players get the ball to your favorite foot, or where
Yep.
you are going to be. Like how Paul Scholes used to say, Paul Scholes, Gerard used to say, I play to where I want him to be,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Rashford, Martial, they aren't doing that. Okay, so Rashford needs to learn his basics. But I think this guy, he's got speed. He's
Yep.
a academy boy. I think he's done.
A
He
lot of
seems like a
things.
good. He seems like a good fella. And I do see the perseverance. I agree with Dinesh that you can see him running all the way back to left wing back position to support Shaw.
Yeah.
Martial will stop at the halfway line, right? And then when the breakaway comes, Martial will
Does
be
he
flat
even
for.
run?
So Rashford keep him, but yeah, we need to
Right.
we need to we need to coach him lah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go on. Kieran, that's one. Tristan just said it. Without doubt, Kieran, Rashford belongs to the left. But against what opposition? If the opposition team is going to park the double decker, he needs to be on the right. But if the game is open, he definitely needs to be on the left. We just need someone, players on the right and left, to be able to play right and left in
yeah,
both. All right,
Versatile.
Dinesh, versatile players. Dinesh,
Yep.
the man that you love to hate, the man that you love the most, Anthony number 9, Marshall. Shall I start with keep him or shall I just start? Shall we throw him out or shall we
Yeah,
fix him or shall we keep him?
he should retire. He should retire from football at an early age. He should
Retire.
retire because any game, any team he goes, he's just going to be a black spot there. He's going
Marshall,
to
you're retired.
bank on retire. He retire. It's a good package. You played a museum football for last 5 years. You get a good paycheck. Retire in the Caribbeans and plant some trees there. Just do that. Just get out. Just get out. Please get out.
All
How
right.
do you go?
I think we have heard enough of Dinesh telling to get up. But what I feel is I will give Marshall till the end of this season. Time till end of this season. He has time till the end of this season to do something about this. Because I think right now, if we're going to judge
let me
him,
put for you, you got 5
Okay.
years, 5 years with him, and are you telling me in 6 months it's going to make a difference? Because he has to be serious in his game. It will take seriousness to come in, not overnight. It will take some time. The seriousness should have came in last year at the season beginning because he
True.
had a good form. I think like what Kieran mentioned. I think Kieran mentioned that he had a good form last season. Ending of after the project restart, he had a good maybe a couple of months or when Bruno came in, things were good for him. So when things are good for him, and why the change? Why the change in just a month or two? So
Dinesh, I'll
then,
give an example, Dinesh. Marshall is like the actor Vijay. Those times where Vijay put on shit movies, all right, we still watch, we still appreciate, but we did not say that no, Vijay is going to go off forever. We did not tell Vijay to retire. But today, this year, he put on a marvelous movie. Bang! He's back on the
that's
charts
why
again.
so if Marcel can prove me wrong, it's good for me. If
Exactly.
Marcel
So that is why I said, Dinesh, we will give Marshall till the end of this season. All
Okay,
right. This
benefit
is
doubt
that
is
is where.
Yeah,
Okay,
I agree
that's
with
given.
that. I respect Joel. Let's see. Come end of the
We'll
season.
give him.
have
We'll
a
give
chat.
him to the end of the season.
We'll have a chat.
If he performs,
I'll buy his
what
jersey.
happened?
I'll buy his jersey. I'll buy number 9 and put. No problem. Because you know why? If he performs, it's good for me because my
Yeah.
club prospers. It's all about the club. It's not about individual. I'll get his jersey. Joel,
Definitely.
I will take a picture. I'll send it to you. You can do whatever you want. You can troll me all season. I'm okay. I'm down.
I won't troll you, bro, because I'm always happy to prove. But the thing is, I love Martial, but I
Yeah.
need that boy to perform. We are coming to the second half of the season. The season is ending. We don't want players to right now go off form. I mean, if you were off form at the start of the season, I'm perfectly fine. We are starting. The ball is keeping going. The boys did not have a lot of preseason much. We have COVID and all. I understand. But I think we have played enough games. We are playing games week in. Sorry, not week in, week out. We are playing games every 3 to 4 days.
2 weeks, 2 games a week. 2 games a
Two
week.
games, yeah, 2 games in a week. If you're going to see that in 7 days, these boys are playing 2 games. So don't tell me there's not much games to be played. A lot of fitness to be run. Training times you can do this. So I really hope this boy comes in. But for me, it's simple. If Marshall doesn't perform come end of the season, we have got to cash in on him. I think this is the only way we can do it. We have to cash in on the boy. I know there are a lot of Anthony Marshall lovers out there, but boys, I'm just saying it from fact. That boy has to perform. I think he has now till the end of the season. But if he still stays in United, and if he still starts in United next season, despite a horrendous showing, I really think he got Ole's nudes, guys. I really think he has Ole's nudes, man. I don't know, man. He's doing some shit for Ole, man. I don't know, man. It could be.
That was out of my mindset.
Kieran, you're gonna go with the last one. All right, this boy has been performing ever since his step foot. This was one player that proved me wrong big time. I went on live show and I said this fella is Buto. All right, and I have been proven wrong for this, and I'm so happy that I was proven wrong with this because I never knew this one would turn out like what I didn't thought. Edison Cavani. His contract is finishing. His contract is finishing. All right. Would you want him to extend? Because mind it, I think he's 34 years old this year. He will be 35. I don't see him slowing down still. I still feel that he's going to prove me wrong next season. But do you feel that we should actually extend this fella's contract?
Okay, let me explain. I would extend him. I would
Right.
extend him, but we definitely need a center forward. So I wouldn't let the fact that I extended him
Yep.
paper cracks that's already there, that we don't have a center forward right now other than Cavani, right? So what I'll do is extend him similar like the here, okay? Cavani will be a mentor, and he actually shows the kind of leadership and the kind of footballing intelligence that you need in the last 30 minutes when the opposing back line is shared. And this is the kind of player that you need, that will make that quick darts in, in between he'll find that pockets of space to actually get the equalizer or the winner. So
Okay.
I would actually keep him. Yep. And the if Cavani was someone who I think will not be happy on the bench, I wouldn't extend his contract. But I think he has shown for the first half of the season or the first third of the season that he's more than willing to actually just be on the bench and contribute.
All
And I
right.
think that is great. So based on all this, I would keep him.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Dinesh, one phrase to sum this up. Let Cavani go, sign DCL and Watkins. What do you think?
I would disagree. I would
All
disagree
right.
plainly because we have options on top, and we're just going to crowd the attacking part of it by signing Dominic Calvert-Lewin or maybe Watkins. Because those guys are good. I don't deny that. But we
Yep.
also have pretty good players. Why we need Cavani is because the experience and the professionalism he has. This
Mm-hmm.
guy has seen it, done it, 400 over goals in his career. Speaks volume. Okay, we
Yep.
need we need we need the alpha like him to lead the entire troop. This is where you need experience. We had Zlatan, we had Hendrik Larsson, and we had
Yep.
Cavani. Three senior players
Definitely.
in our rank previously. So Cavani is a no-brainer. You have to extend his contract. Maybe it will be a running contract. I believe it's going to be a year-by-year running contract because of his age-wise. But let me tell you, that guy is not slowing down. I mean, and also let me tell you one more thing, guys. When you see Cavani play, you will see how he covers the pitch by just
Yep.
running and running. So
Yeah.
are you telling
We
me this
need
guy is
that.
slowing down? He's at his peak right now. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Watkins are poachers. Yes, you need poachers in team. I do not deny that. Maybe signing them would
We are
be
not giving the balls in the box for them to score. So I think
precisely. See,
DCL
against
Watkins,
West
yep.
Brom. West Brom, Cavani was a headless chicken because that ball is not even coming to the penalty area, and he is
Yeah.
Yes.
your top center forward.
Yep.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go
Yep.
back all the way down and bring the ball back? So maybe like
Dinesh,
what
at one point in time, Cavani dropped all the way down to like our own half
because
to take the ball and bring it up.
because
Yep.
because he was not even getting a touch of the ball. He's not involved in any movement of the ball. But like what Vinod said, I will consider of the two. I will consider one that is signing either DCL or Watkins. We could
All right.
sign either one of them as well. We need a poacher since Nistelrooy left. We never had a poacher. Not even Van Persie. He was the last poacher we had. So we
Okay,
need a
good one.
poacher. Yeah. So it depends on
That's a
what
good one. I
Woody
think
Boys.
Dinesh summed up the striking. And Kieran, I'm going to go ask you for you to sum up the midfield ones. Bissouma, NDD, or Declan Rice? Out of the three, who would you want? I know the answer is inevitable. You're going
Yeah,
to
I
say
mean, I know
someone.
that too.
All right.
So,
But go for it. Who would you want it and why? Sum it up in one phrase.
And NDD is the out of the players that, okay, for me, out of the players that you have mentioned, NDD to me represents the best value and also assurance of playing for of previously having played for a top kind of club, the kind of limelight. So NDD got the best of both worlds lah. If you look at it, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, all three players that you have said, they all have their 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 days, out in the sun. They all have certain areas that they are better at. If you put
Mm-hmm.
all three, I think if you line up all their stats, it's probably going to be similar because these are top class players that in the Premier League that we're talking about, in terms of the DM coverage. But for me, it will be NDD. And I guess that's
Okay.
why you chose me to answer this question.
All right, perfect. Then, guys, if there's one thing to sum up this, and Trace have just said it, this is not FIFA, guys. It's not easy to
Yeah.
sign these stars. But there's one forward where he has said it. Reports today, United's looking at Andre Silva. If you guys don't know who Andre Silva is, he's actually a former Porto player. He's from the
Yep.
academy of Porto. All right, and he's playing at Frankfurt at the moment. 19 goals at this season. He's a Portuguese. 30 million, young. I think sign him, keep Cavani, ask Cavani to mold him. This boy could be the next Edison Cavani in the pitch, man. And he's Portuguese. There is no language barrier between Edison Cavani and him. It will be interesting if you guys are unsure who Andre Silva is. Just go on to just Google, just type him. Guys, this fella is a bomb of a player. 19 years of, if I'm not wrong, how old is he? Just give me. He's actually, he's 25 years of age, sorry. 25 years of age, banging in 19 goals. Right now, both 23 years old and 22 years old. I'm not banging in that.
Let me just ask one simple question.
Yep.
How about Haaland? Haaland.
I think that's a little far-fetched, bro. I think Haaland, you're gonna spend like probably 120 million. And the thing is, I don't want United to go on to spend for star players right now. I don't want like the players like Mbappe, Haaland, or I don't know.
But even if given the price was a bit reasonable, maybe half of that, maybe 60, 70 million, do you think you should get him, or would you get him?
If we are, I think Tristan will answer for me. If we can get Haaland at 60 million, heck, go for Haaland then. If we can get Haaland at 50 to 60 million, this is the price range. 50 million to 60, which is impossible. If in the event something happened in Dortmund, they need to sell this player badly, and they said, okay, we're letting go Haaland at 60 million, then I think go for Haaland. That is a no-brainer there. 60 million for Haaland. We paid 80 million for Maguire. Come on. I think we will definitely do 60.
Why I asked you this question was, there was a rumor coming out of Germany last week where they said they are reducing the asking price for Jadon Sancho. Apparently there is a cash issue also going on in Germany right now. So Dortmund is actually looking to sell Sancho on a cheap. So if they could afford doing that to Sancho, why not we bank it on that same type of concept for Haaland, where we can get him a bit more cheaper than what's projected? I don't know. If they are serious about Haaland, why not? I think that guy is all goals, bro. All goals. And I think he got a point to prove at Old Trafford after his father got knocked out by Keane. He got a point.
The thing is, Kieran, go for it.
No, Haaland is a proper centre back. He's really, if you look
centre
at
forward, bro. Centre forward.
Centre forward. Sorry. He's a proper centre forward. If you look at his style of play as well, he is a poacher. I think it's everything that United is missing right now. But the truth of the matter is, even in a far-fetched world, I don't imagine that we are going to go uncontested for him, and the asking price is just going to be 60 million.
Yeah,
because I see Ole giving some Haaland things recently.
It's a Norwegian thing, guys. It's a Norwegian thing.
Let's
just hope Norwegian buddies get back together. You never know, guys. You never know. Things in Norway looks good. It's just Ole, right? And we've got a hater, guys. We've got a hater. Hey Jude is back again. Who the F is Manchester United? This is definitely a Liverpool fan.
Can I answer that?
Answer it, bro.
20 times champions of England. That's what we are.
And we are the team that's sitting above y'all, Liverpool. So I think I don't want to talk to teams that's below us, man. So once you guys go above us, then you guys can start bantering us, man. And just the last few comments, and Ridwan, we could have Haaland before Dortmund. I think it's a good thing that Haaland went to Dortmund now, Ridwan, if you get what I mean. He would have gotten more game time. If he would have went to United now, I don't think so he would have gained this much of confidence. Yeah. So I think he is better that he stays in Dortmund, because Dortmund is a club that molds players. They bring in young players, they mold them, they sell them at top-rated players. And we have countless, guys. They have Götze, Lewandowski, Gundogan. There's a lot of players. Take it?
Hummels.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that have came through Dortmund's ranks. When they went there, they definitely improved. So it's a good move for Haaland. He goes to Dortmund. But what's next after Dortmund? This is where a lot of people are asking. And I saw a comment whereby Vinod was saying that he may be able to go for 66 million this summer.
That's what I heard also.
You never know. Another 2-3 years at Dortmund, Bayern will... Yeah, man, this is it. Bayern got Upamecano. What makes you so sure that Haaland will drop everything and not go for Bayern? I don't know, man. I just feel that Haaland might just end up...
Haaland is serious about competition. He wouldn't go to Bayern because
it's... Who the hell thinks of competition these days in football, bro? It's all about the money.
If Ronaldo doesn't think like that, you know. So there
Ronaldo
are
is different breed, bro.
correct, correct. But I hope Haaland has the integrity where he wants to earn his titles,
I think
not
these
give.
days not many players want to
That,
challenge themselves.
yeah, I mean
I mean,
let's
I don't
hope
know.
for.
It's a little bit far fetched, but if Lionel Messi wanted to challenge himself, he would have left Barca. But no, the thing is, Messi, you know, he's loyal to the club, so he stayed there true and true.
He's loyal to the
But
big salary he's getting.
you never know, right? You never know what is he getting. But for me, it's simple. If someone wants to challenge themselves, they will leave the club. Definitely. Now, Ronaldo did it. All right. One final comment for Tristan, and we end the show. A lot of our transfers will depend on whether Dortmund make it to Champions League. Yeah. They will have to sell if they don't make it. Easy 50 millions for Sancho and Haaland, to be honest. There we go, guys. I think Statman Tris has done it. And Tris, thank you so much for that. And Kieran has said it. NDD is the man for him. Dinesh for striking. I think instead of any other players, I think he will love Haaland now. So imagine
Yeah.
these guys. All right. Centre back, I don't know who is going to come in. God knows, we don't know. But in midfield, NDD, Bruno, Pogba, and on top, all right, if in the event Ahmad becomes really good, or like what Tristan said, 50 M's for Sancho, Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, Haaland on the center. We are buzzing. We are going to win everything. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Then the whole lot of them are just going to come to me.
But on the table, we should win. But again, depends. But the front
Yes,
three is
on paper, we should actually win something, all right, and not go missing. But this is something will be interesting. I hope Dortmund don't qualify for the Champions League. I hope they go rock bottom, like they reach 10, 11, and be able to do something. But nonetheless, Kieran and Dinesh, thank you so much for the time you guys have given to me and Napshot. And to all the viewers out there, thank you so much for still watching. All right, it's coming to the end of like 11 o'clock. So thank you so much. And please do not forget to actually follow us and like us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. All right, and don't forget to also like footytalk.mi. Right, these guys are also having a show tomorrow. I will be featuring there with them on their Devil show. So catch me there with their footytalk.mi. And Kieran, thank you so much for your ever presence. You always come here. You always talk a lot of sense. And today you bring the ball, baby. You brought it down. So thank you so much
Thanks, man.
once again.
Thanks,
so much,
thanks for
boys.
having me here.
thanks, Kiran.
Thanks,
no
Kieran.
worry,
Thank you so
man.
much. If there's
Pleasure.
one thing, Kieran, you want to say to all the United fans out there, what is it? We are in tough times right now. Tough times. What is it you want to tell them to rally them up?
Wow, this season is a season of high and low. I think every team is experiencing that. Although it's COVID season, and our players, our players they're playing in empty stadiums and all that. I think they still feel our presence. The team still feels our presence through social media, etc. So while Dinesh wants to kill Anthony Martial, etc. As long as they're playing for the club, let's get behind them. Let's support them, and let's definitely greener pastures coming. I can see the sun out there. Hey Jude is gonna realize who Man United is gonna be at the end of the season when he looks at the table. So yeah,
All
just
right.
keep safe, man, guys.
Dinesh, one phrase, sum it up. Tell the United fans why we should still be positive towards the end of the season.
I mean, let's be honest. We are just getting angry with the club, and the best part is they are second on the table. So the table doesn't lie. And no matter who fumbles, we should not fumble. Let's keep the second place intact. Getting the championship is not going to be easy. Maybe it's going to be a far cry, but at least we can say that we were third last year, second this year. Come next year, God knows what. Keep the second place running. Don't lose hope. The Europa is coming up tomorrow onwards. I mean Thursday onwards. There's a chance there also for us. So let's go all guns blazing. Let's get a trophy this season. Let's start Solskjaer with a trophy. So let's see what comes next. I mean, we need to win something this season. So
All
guys,
right.
you know what? If you can't support them at the bad time, then don't cheer them at the good time.
Definitely. And Serena, just sum it up in. Joel, you made thousands of VJ fans disappointed with the comparison of VJ and Marcel. I may have disappointed a lot of VJ fans.
VJ fan.
I'm also a VJ fan. I'm a hardcore VJ fan. So I may have disappointed some VJ fans, but I'm not going to disappoint my United fans. Nothing beats them. The only fans are going to be disappointed this season is the other half of you, of the club where is the Copites, where they are going to be disappointed all season long. So with that said, guys, please tune in to Code Red tomorrow and the Big Focus on Wednesday and Thursday. All right, at 9 p.m. respectively. So Code Red is going on tomorrow, and the day after is the Big Focus. So don't forget, Kiran, Dinesh, thank you so much for coming on board. It's a huge honor to have you guys on. Thank you so much for the views, and for all you guys out there watching, thank you so much for chiming in till this day. With that said, this is your boy Joel signing off. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Thanks, guys. Good night.